Okay. I said that in the last video that was basically the last of the videos, but yeah, you know what I'm saying, right? Anyway, it wasn't the last of the videos because we still haven't done the sausage roll. So I have to do the sausage roll too. We're going to unpack the sausage roll. So I started putting stuff back in here. And I wanted to say that when I was unpacking, I pulled this Marpat Coyote tarp out of the inner sanctum, right? The dry area, right? Which it shouldn't have been in there. It should have been on top with these other tarps. But when I packed this back up, I was probably just tired and wanted to get on with it. Anyway, that is supposed to go in the top with the other tarps. I don't know why it was in there. Just tired. Okay, so I packed up the uniform and other stuff, put it back down in there, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pack this back up so you see how I had it. I got the 2 quarts in there. I just shoved the 2 quarts in there, strapped it off tight, and I got the 1 quarts there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start systematically putting all this stuff back in here, but I'm going to do it so you know what I'm doing, right? Okay, so the dry bag's down in there. I got the dry bag with the extra uniform bits and stuff that you saw me take out. Everything sans Marine Corps tarp. Okay, so I got 2 2-quart canteens, top high and tight in the shoulder blade area. I got 2 1-quart canteens off to the side, each side. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in this, which is that pouch that I made that I would generally use for like poles or something long like that, right? Generally this would probably go on the outside. But I just got some wood bits in there for playing with the bow drill. I'm going to put that in there because that's definitely not a priority. Right, so that's down there. Kind of stick it underneath where the water bottles are. I got 2 2-quart water bottles. Stick that kind of underneath there. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the Marine Corps tarp, and then I'm going to put this extra tarp, because when we're building a hide or whatnot, we want a few options for concealment and waterproofing and so on. Then I'm going to take this one, which is a large camouflage tarp. I'm going to put, this is going to line the back right here, alright? So it's going to go in here. Now I'm going to take these 2 2-quart carriers and put one there. Put one there. Make sure you tidy up your straps on the inside. You want to be professional. You don't want to be a slob. Alright. Signed up to be a professional. Behave like a professional. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this bladder bag in here. As I told you before, I run it through that, where that knotted area is there. Okay, so I got this kind of, got the hose up there. Gonna throw my hose off to the side. You route your hose however you want it. I generally will have it down here somewhere. I don't want it up here in the way of my weapon So I just take it, I can grab it down here and bring it up, drink from it. Right. So I got my strap there. It's through there, so that's secure. I'm going to go ahead and flip that onto the top of the frame. I'm going to run this through this paracord, and then this is going to go back around, and I'm going to thread this through this ladder lock buckle. Some guys will say, "Why do you do that strap with that ladder lock buckle? Blah blah blah. Why don't you just throw it in the top and pull those cords?" No, that's being a slob. Don't do it like that. You want to tidy everything up and make everything secure. You don't want anything falling out. That bladder falls out, it's gone. Okay? It's gone. Just write it off. Okay. Put your bladder in there. Get your cord out, or your hose out there to the side. Tidy everything up here. Okay, looks like that's that. Make sure that's tight, quite tight. Do an overhand. Make sure it doesn't sneak out. If you're going to be on the move for a while, you will not, and you will not be getting into this main part of your rucksack for anything. Go ahead and take that double bite there, and just do you a little square knot. All right, doesn't have to be super tight. Just, you know, put you a nice tight square knot there, and secure the top of your load. Secure that off, and then route this hose back behind here. Okay, so it can be down there somewhere, or you can route it through there and then back up here. If you want it around your neck area, you can do that. That's totally your preference. Okay, just make sure it ain't flapping in the wind to create a signature to draw attention. Alright? Don't be a target. Don't be a target. Do not emulate this for a heavy load. Don't. It wasn't comfortable. Alright, so I'm gonna redo that at some point, but not this second. But I am doing this again in October. It's either going to be with probably the Malice pack, or maybe the Spec Ops Recon Ruck. I don't know. Anyway, it probably will not be. Yeah, I don't know. I got a little time to think about it. I'm going to sort it out, and we'll go with something different. Change it up a bit anyway, right? Because we don't need to be just doing the same stuff on the channel all the time. Okay. What else? Sausage roll. So the sausage roll, this was on the bottom. Remember I told you guys, orient your stuff. Orient your stuff to where anything that's going to take abrasion on the bottom will be on the bottom of the bag. This is a 1000 denier Cordura bag. It was made for the Dutch Army. Not the Danish Army. I don't know why that was in my head. Probably because of all the baloney with Greenland. But anyway, this is a Dutch Army military sausage roll bag. I don't know what they call it, but I always call these types of bags sausage rolls because that's what they look like. So, yeah, I doubled this one off. So I did an overhand and then I did a square knot. All right, that's so it doesn't come undone, you know. Then, you know, take that overhand out. Just do a little drop and pop. All right, drop and pop. Drop and pop. You know what that is, right? That's lingo for a low altitude drop. Dropping and popping, baby, and if it don't come out, yeah, start praying. Oh, there we go down. All right, so in this one I had waterproofed it, right? Remember that? I waterproofed it. So, contractor bag, one of our best friends because they're so cheap, but they're pretty darn heavy duty. All right. Okay. I'm gonna undo this. This is like a Velcro zip tie. Get these at your big box utility type stores, where you're gonna go buy wrenches and whatnot. So got that gooseneck off there. I'm going to pull this out. I've got about 3.5 minutes. Alright. See that? See what I did there? I just drop her down there. What do I got in here? Here's some 3D camo for my hide sight. Alright. That was not in there the other day. So I repacked it from the other day, guys, so that's why you need to watch this again. This is the hammock, okay? Olive green military hammock. Use that for various purposes. You know, you could put your pack up in a tree or whatnot. This is an air pillow. That's Climate brand, K-L-Y-M-I-T. Alright. What else have I got in here? Okay. We got DEFCON 5 bivvy. So this is a totally enclosed bivvy, right? DEFCON 5. Notice I didn't just throw that on the floor because it's a little bit more. You gotta think about punctures and stuff. Some of your kit. All right, what else have I got in here? Okay, so I have a U.S. military bivvy bag, Woodland, 3-layer Gore-Tex. That's also in there. You say, well, what you got that enclosed bivvy there? That has got the head space with the poles, right? DEFCON 5. Okay. And now this I would put inside of that. All right. So if the weather gets really, really terrible, you know, it's like a survival shelter, right? Your first shelter is always your clothes, but then you want something to really survive in. So all right, I got about a minute left. So these are extremely good bivvy bags by the U.S. military. Yeah, so I've got that as well. Alright, so that goes inside of the DEFCON 5. So if it really gets bad and I need to batten down the hatches, I can do that. Alright. What else you got in there? Well, there's poles. Okay, so these are the little crisscross poles for the head space on the DEFCON 5. Alright, those are in there. And then I made my taco, right? So that's it, right? I made my taco that I put my ingredients in, okay, with this camp chair, right? Now this is a bit heavy, okay, but the thing is it's a multi-purpose item. This is a chair. It is for laying on the hard ground, because I can unclip this and I can lay on it on the hard ground if I want to. Alright. Yeah. So I keep my strap long enough to where I can keep that buckle secured when it's laying down flat if I'm using it to sleep. Right? So that protects my buckle, right, from just snapping off from me rolling around or whatever. And it keeps things a little quieter. You can also use this as a shooter's mat to keep down your gases, so you have that out in front of your rifle barrel, and it keeps your signature down, so because when the round travels out the end of the barrel, okay, at the muzzle, gases will come out and generally will spray an area. I mean, you could have a regular shooter's mat, you could have just a big piece of cloth that you can, you know, stake out if you want, but you know, you could use this as an improvised mat for that as well. That I will just throw on the ground. Alright guys, this is really it. This is really it. This is the end of the Varicelica Remote Military March unpacking of all the kit that I took on my march. I'll see you later.